Welcome back, friends. Do I look sheepish? This is my sheepish face. So as you have been following me, I've had some problems with the Lucas mill not running properly and placing the blame squarely upon the, I think as someone put it, the hateful Kohler engine. Well, I'm a little embarrassed to say that both times, the two problems that I've had have entirely been user error, and I cannot believe how simple the solutions were and how much time I wasted trying to make them complex. The sawmill is running, it's running perfectly. You're not going to believe why it wouldn't run yesterday. I'm going to show you the first reason, and then I'm going to show you the second reason, and then I'll be eating some crow. So come on in and I'll show you what not to do if you have these problems. I'm not above owning my mistakes. That's what builds character, humility. All right, so last week I pulled the sawmill out of storage. It'd been in there for, goodness, a couple of years. And pulled the cover off here and thought, well, I'll do the right thing. Go through everything, full service, clean fuel back in the system, tension the belts, readjust everything, look at everything, do it right? Battery charge, the whole deal. Well, so I took it after all this and I hit put the freshly charged battery and I hit the key to start it up. And of course, you saw the results last 2 weeks ago, right? Wasn't running. Went through everything, replaced the fuel pump, did everything that I could think of, and still it wouldn't run. Do you know what it was? Let me bring you in here close. This is a continuity switch. This is a safety switch designed by Lucas to pop up when the safety cover is off, not allowing the engine to start accidentally. I tried to start this with the cover off and it wouldn't start. And I went through everything, and this whole time this little thing was sitting here right in front of me. All we had to do, once we figured it out, was to push that down and it started and ran perfectly. I've only got about 15 hours or so going through the whole thing. Lots of aggravation, frustration, cursing Lucas, cursing Kohler when it was my own stupidity. And I just got tunnel vision and I couldn't see it. So that was the first reason. So we got that solved. The second reason is even worse. Yesterday, as you saw in the video, got up early, started up the sawmill, got everything warmed up, was really excited. We cut our 1x4, we cut our second 1x4, we were just about through, getting ready to do the big 1x12, and of course the engine starts sputtering out. Boop, 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 won't run. Went through everything again, looked, tried to figure everything out. I'm like, good grief, what has it got to be? Did I buy... And several of my friends on YouTube and Ken even came and said, you know, maybe that aftermarket fuel pump wasn't such a bargain after all. So now I'm thinking about that. I'm like, oh, I cheaped out on the fuel pump and now that's not going to work. You know what it was? Let me show you. This right here, friends, is the onboard battery. Runs the starter, fuel pump, etc. The terminal wasn't tight. And so it was in the vibration, it was bouncing around, and the fuel pump was not getting proper current, and it was shutting, it couldn't function properly, not delivering enough fuel to the battery. It was a loose battery terminal. After we tightened the terminals, it ran just fine. So that was it. That was the reason why. A lot of you were asking, you didn't realize what happened and how did we get the sawmill going. You knew I had it in the shop working on it. It was it. So let that be a lesson to you. What's the old saying? For lack of a horseshoe, the war was lost. For lack of basic doing something properly the first time, installing the battery, making sure that you don't overlook those details, tightening it down. Just think of the man hours that were wasted and the time and the money for just such a simple little thing. So I guess the lesson in this for me and for all of us is don't overlook those little things. Sometimes those little things are foundational and can cause you all sorts of problems. So especially sometimes I think when you're a working guy and when you're a younger guy and you get in with a new job and they give you some job that you may think is beneath you or demeaning. I know I've worked at jobs like that where I always felt like I was capable of so much more. Sometimes you don't put the thought or the effort into those basic things, and what you don't understand or what you can't see at the time is that that can affect other guys down the road and cause all sorts of aggravation and frustration that would have not been necessary had you not lost fact of the importance of the details. So that's what I learned from this. So thanks for watching. When we come back, we'll start cutting the biggest board I've ever cut, and we'll proceed on the workbench and be full steam ahead. So thanks for watching. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.